What's up, guys? I'm back for another Let's Play. So, I know I promised the next Let's Play about children's card games would have been Forbidden Memories, but unfortunately, I cannot record any footage for that as of right now because my current capture device is actually too advanced, and I cannot record any footage of games under a certain resolution, so I can't record that old PS1 graphic. So I'm still trying to find a workaround for that. But in the meantime, we're going to play a different Yu-Gi-Oh game. We're going to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Millennium Duels on the Xbox Live Arcade. So this game is based off of the engine that ran Yu-Gi-Oh! 5D's Decade Duels, which is another Xbox Live and PSN arcade game that you can digitally download. There's no tangible release of it. It uses the official game rules. It uses a particular format in which the game was released under at the time. And it has 4 different series we can play through. So the original Duel Monsters series, GX, 5Ds, and Zexal.
Did you boo at GX?
Maybe.
I had a nice debate in college.
Do you guys want to introduce yourselves?
I'm Michelle.
I'm a weirdo.
I'm
on my account. Hi.
Anyone that watches the videos regularly knows what is.
Right,
yeah.
so these two have been in the previous Yu-Gi-Oh! Let's Play, Duels of the Roses, and then Michelle's been in Danganronpa 2 with me as well. Okay, so like I said, this game uses a lot of assets from the Tag Force series in terms of the sound effects, the user interface, and things like that. The particular format that this was released under was sometime during the Zexal era. Obviously, I will cite the exact format that this was released under, probably in a future video, since I can't actually go search that right now. So we're going to go ahead and jump right into it. So we actually are able to play through a series of duels, a campaign for every series.
It's a robot.
It is a robot. So I've played a little bit ahead just to kind of play test and get my deck kind of where it needs to be. So I haven't unlocked Zexal yet. I'm right in the middle of 5Ds. We're going to go ahead and start over from the beginning. So we're going to go back to the original Yu-Gi-Oh! Series, and we're going to start at the bottom. So we're going to start with Taya, obviously. And these duelists are going to be really easy. You'd go through these different tiers in these individual tournaments, and whoever the top tier person is going to be the more challenging opponent, and you have to play a full match against them. It's single elimination against the other opponents. And as you can see, as we go through these different tiers, we'll fight more challenging opponents as we go. Although some of the picks are very odd. Like, why do they have... I mean, I guess Merrick I can understand, but like... And then if you look at the last tier, it's like Rebecca Hawkins and Mai, Bakura. I mean, I get Joey and Yugi, but like, you put Kaiba all the way over here. Like, why would you do that? So, 5D's Decade Duels was a very good Xbox Live Arcade game. Used a very good format, like, I'm talking like early 5Ds back when, like, before Darkstrike Fighter was banned. So, let me see if we can use the initial... I want to be able to... Let's go back into deck edit, because I want to be able to use the initial deck that the game gives us at the very beginning, just so you guys can see how crappy this deck is. In 5D's Decade Duels, they actually give you a fairly competent starting deck with decent staple cards and things like that. The current deck I have right now is a Dragon deck that uses some Dragunity cards. Yeah. Let me see... So let's go ahead and use the... So this is the initial deck that I had from 5D's Decade Duel. So if you look at this, there's actually some decent monsters in this. You got Caius, you got Breaker the Magical Warrior, Gores is in there, you got some staple spells and traps, some quick play stuff and stuff that can be chained in battle. It's not terrible, especially for that era. It actually gives us a couple of synchros to start out with as well. But the starting deck for this game... This is the starting deck for this game.
Yeah.
It's awful. I'm gonna actually use it.
It's awful.
Good luck.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use it. All about
Have fun with that.
So we're going to... Let me see if it'll let me keep this. Now we're going to use it here at the beginning just so I can try to win and demonstrate just how bad this starting deck is. I mean, you can see it's mostly vanilla monsters with a couple of spells and traps. You are able to exceed, which is going to be a new mechanic I've not talked about in a video before. And it was obviously not in 5D's Decade Duels because that was a 5D's game. So we're going to use that. Meteor Dragon! That's my boy. Alright. So this is going to be a lot of fun. Oh, look at that hottie that's my avatar character there.
Did you inspire her off a Fate character?
No. Like that's a pre-selected avatar.
Okay.
Like I didn't customize her at all, but look at her though.
Looks like what's her name from Fate Zero.
Yeah, it looks like
Did you do that on purpose?
it looks like Natalia, but no, I didn't do that on purpose. I swear.
I'm so sorry.
Sure.
Suspiciously.
Okay, so obviously this was back before we had. Honestly, I selected that character before that even came out in Zero. I want to say. So, like I said, this is when we still had the opening player got to draw on their first turn, which no longer happens. So I'm gonna go ahead and set that in defense and end, and hope that she runs into it with something weak. I can get some free damage off. As bad as our deck is, her deck is as bad, if not worse. All right, that's not bad. So, Flame Veil Guard is a level 1 tuner, so it does have synergy with certain decks. Oh man, check out this Armored Lizard!
Ooh.
Do you have a...
Do I have something I can go into? I have, I think I'll get that later. So one of the synchro we have is actually a really cool monster called Underworld Fighter Balmung. It's kind of a reference to, almost like a dot hack reference there. I could actually go into that right now if I summon Green Phantom King, but I think I want to get some damage on the board and not lose out on some of my resources. So we're going to go with that Armored Lizard. We're going to go into battle phase. So again, the gameplay mechanics of this should be familiar to you if you are obviously familiar with the real game, or if you are if you played any of the Tag Force games before, or if you played 5D's Decade Duels. It's essentially all the same, but I really like it because... Oh, hell, that's going to be bad. He's going to plus off every card in my hand and get some extra life points back. So all the damage we've done to her has been completely negligible, so...
Does she have Aqua Dolphin?
Oh, I don't know.
I can't take that one serious.
Yeah. So we can boost our attack with this Strike Slash, and then Justy Break is sort of a mirror force, only works for normal monsters when you have them on the field. I'm going to go ahead and summon this awful scorpion thing and make Balmung. Balmung looks really cool. He's not he's a level 4 synchro, so how often can you go into a level 4 synchro? But he looks really damn cool, and then obviously those of you that know dot hack know Balmung. Alright. I could actually make an Exceed as well. No, I don't want to actually make Sky Pegasus, but yeah, I just wanted to see what are the options we have. So let's look at Balmung's effect a little bit here. Oh, so basically if he gets killed off, he can recycle one of his materials, essentially. So I don't know what that is that she has set, but I'm honestly not worried about it, so we're going to just go ahead and attack into her. I'm not going to use that trap right now because we might need to get over, like, just in case we need to get over a stronger monster later. Don't tell me you don't. I was going to say, don't tell me you don't have anything to play. Alright, so what do we have in terms of attack with these other monsters? So, Fiat Cat, the Cat of Ill Omen.
Looks like my cat.
Yeah.
Fat black cat.
It's a flat black Egyptian cat with red eyes that searches out Necro Valley. It's not very good, but
it's cute.
Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and summon this Cyber Soldier of the Dark World. I think we're gonna attack, and then we might make Sky Pegasus. So let's go ahead and attack. Oh, she gets a free draw off of that. That's okay. I'm not especially worried about that. But in 5D's Decade Duels, that game was hard. That game actually had a legitimate challenge. There was, well-built archetype decks like Aliens, Aki Izawa, which straight up kick your teeth in, as she does, with her Plant Synchro deck. You had Crow with Black Wings. And like I said, the starting deck that you had was competent, but you had equally competent opposition to go up against. Alright, number 44, Sky Pegasus. We just overlaid those two level 4 monsters, and now we have a rank 4 Exceed monster. So, let's see what it can do. So we can detach one of our Exceed materials and target face-up monster and destroy it. But they can pay 1,000 life points to negate that, which is dumb. But we don't care. We got a bigger monster on the board.
As someone that played Tag Force, I hated battling like Crow especially.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, stop. But they let you do double battles, and the one I hated the most.
Boy.
The one I hated the most was Luna and Akiza working together.
Oh, God.
Oh my.
How bad was that?
Murder. I don't even remember who my teammate was. It was one of the, I think it was one of the setups that, I have no idea. I had to figure it out, but
Oh, I wasted that trap.
I don't want to say I was with Jack, because I've been dumb, but...
Oh, I did piercing, too. Okay. Yeah, she's fucked now, so...
Yeah, she's gone.
Yeah, rip.
I spent most of my time teaming up with Jack going, Jack, quit sacrificing my cars. Mines are better.
Alright, so here is the Achilles heel of this game, and it's how, you know this from Tag Force, it's how you get new cards. It is completely arbitrary and random. And now, obviously, you get more cards if you win than you do if you lose, but it's completely random what you get. I didn't get anything I care about there. That Infernal Dragon is kind of cool, but it has a significant drawback that hinders it from being anything remotely useful. So yeah, I didn't get anything I cared about there, which is fine. I didn't expect that I would. But, yeah, needless to say, our next opponent is up against Solomon Moto, or Jasper Dice Tudor, as he was known in Duels of the Roses. And he was intimidating as fuck in Duels of the Roses. He said he was going to show us the meaning of true power, but now he's like, I'm just an old man who wants to play a children's card game. Anyway, so yeah, how you get new cards in this. So the game forces you essentially to buy paid DLC to even start working on an archetype deck. And it doesn't even give you all of the cards you need to do that. The ones I've purchased have obviously been the Dragoonity one and the Hieratic one, because obviously I'm more than a little obsessed with dragons, as you all know.
Understatement.
And Dragoonity is one of my absolute favorite decks I've ever made in real life. But, and we'll talk about the stories regarding that as we go, but I don't even have enough of the cards to make the deck work the way it is, and I cannot reliably grind for those cards off of any opponents like you can in Duels of the Roses, or even Forbidden Memories. Even Forbidden Memories, as awful as getting new cards was in that game, at least there was somewhat of a formula for it. In this game, you really don't have anything. It really is terrible. Alright, we're going to go ahead and attack. I don't know what... I almost had Jasper Dice Tudor again. No! That's bad. That's an asshole card. Alright, what do I have?
Nothing.
I might as well... I'm probably going to take a hit because...
Take your lumps.
Yeah.
What you gonna do?
Can't block that attack with any of my traps, so...
Wow, that's not even the right lyric.
I don't care. I did it on purpose, man.
What were you singing?
My hums, but he's using my lumps, and it just doesn't sound good.
I don't care.
I think he did that intentionally as a...
He did it intentionally, but...
Yeah, but guess...
At least Silverfang is a... At least Silverfang is a card that Solomon Moto had that he had in Yugi's deck.
That was 0, by the way.
Yeah, I did make it 0.
Lame.
Another team one?
No, he used Spellbinding Circle. Alright, whatever. Alright, mate, if that's the way you're going to be about it. Oh, cool. So it does kind of show the foil rarity of the cards a little bit. The cards, the way they're scanned in, the art is okay. It's nothing great. But you can see from Beautiful Headhuntress that they imply that she's a rare. We're going to put her on the board.
How do you know that?
Because if you look at the silver on her name there as opposed to the black, it's to indicate that she's supposed to be a rare. I might as well go ahead and make Sky Pegasus, because...
I'm sorry, guys. I haven't done anything with the XYZ monsters. I have no idea how he's doing this or why.
I'll explain. So Exceeds monsters require at least 2, but maybe more, of monsters of the same level to be overlaid on top of each other. When they initially came out, there was a ruling stating that they were still technically on the field. And it was a new gameplay mechanic called detaching. All of the Exceed monsters' effects require you to detach their material in order to get these effects off. Okay, so he negated it with his by paying 1,000, which is fine because we still got some damage on the board for him. Spellbinding Circle just floats now because the monster that it was targeting is gone, so it effectively does nothing. So Exceed Summoning is actually really effective because you can put... the monsters no longer have levels, they have ranks. And generic rank 4s in a lot of decks can be like a versatile toolbox that you can use in pretty much any situation. So monsters like this and various different other monsters. We might get a few of those as we go. That can be used to deal with really any situation depending on what you come up against. Oh, that was close. 50 more attack, nothing had defense. But this is like generic, basic, old-school Yu-Gi-Oh! Right here, dealing with a lot of really old cards, a lot of weak monsters. And neither his deck or my deck is optimized at all for even, like... Oh, wow, that's lame.
Thunderstorm.
He's dealing a bunch of burn damage to me.
Oh.
Asshole.
Owie. There's person.
Woo!
I was gonna say, don't make me have to censor you again.
I'm trying to be a good boy, okay?
No, he's not.
Yes, I am.
You are?
I'm trying. It's hard to notice. It's hard.
I
Ow.
really am trying.
I'm trying to change my life, guys, for the better.
One thing I will say is the AI in this game is pretty good. Like, generally your opponent makes the best use of the cards they have. They target the right things with certain effects. Really, they're pretty okay. Alright, he's going to attempt to attack. I'm going to Mirror Force him, essentially, with Justy Break. Whoops!
What did that do?
I screwed myself because I destroyed my own Exceed monster by doing that because it's not a normal monster. Oh well, I still get rid of his monster and I get a free swing on my turn.
Oh my god!
So that sucked. Well, I can still attack. I can still essentially attack for game because I would have had to have hit his monster first in order to attack for game before. But well, luckily, you won't have to put up with it for much longer. Huh, it's the first video he already misplayed. What a scrub.
Everybody misplays. You're gonna misplay sometime.
Yeah, you're gonna misplay a lot, especially when it's.
I thought you were about to sing a song. Wait, everybody makes mistakes.
I
Everybody has those days. Nobody's perfect. I gotta work it.
I got a Dark Lord or a Dark World card I'm okay with. I actually do not condone the
You're
singing.
welcome.
Nobody's perfect.